My name is Ken, but my friends call me Ken Dog, and I'm inviting you to join me as I travel down the Mother Road, Route 66. All right, so here we go. This is, what day is it? Day 7 now, is that right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, day 7. Day 7 of this journey, and it is the last day. Today I will push it on into home. Once I hit Pop's Soda Ranch in Arcadia, my Route 66 journey is over. We'll have completed all 2,448 miles of Route 66. Last night I stayed here in Tulsa at the Desert Hills Motel. Really nice place. I really liked it. I like the decorations, how they played into the whole desert thing with the cactus as the support beams and stuff all the way around. It's been great. But I'm gonna hit the road. Oh, let me say one more thing about Desert Hills. My room cost me last night, on my last night of my Route 66 journey, the room cost $66. You gotta appreciate that. You gotta love the play in there with Route 66 since they sit right on the route. So, all right, here we go. I'm gonna head off on my way and head towards Pops in Arcadia. So the first thing I wanted to do was bring up my GPS system. I was using Route 66 navigation. It is a paid app, but it is so worth it. Not only will it make sure that you stay on the route, but it's got all of these points of interest that you can set. Like today, I'm going to do Pops in Arcadia there. Again, my finish line. And it'll tell me exactly how far I've got to go. And it'll keep me on Route 66 as I make my drive down to Arcadia, Oklahoma. Yeah, I absolutely love that app. And I highly recommend it to anybody who's doing a Route 66 trip, because it is spectacular. There are other apps out there. I've tried some of the other ones on smaller segments of the route. I just wasn't a fan of it like I am Route 66 navigation. No, this is not sponsored in any way. That would be great if they would for my next trip. If you happen to catch this, let me know. I'd love to be sponsored by you because I love your app. Anyways, back out onto the route, headed through Tulsa. There is a lot to see in Tulsa. A lot of people like to skip over the big cities, you know. I mean, I get that. I absolutely love it. I love the smaller ones too, you know. Small towns in Oklahoma, or maybe, you know, like Seligman, Arizona, Williams, Arizona, those places. People like to skip over the bigger ones like St. Louis and Chicago. But Tulsa has a lot to see, so let's check some of that out. I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Cyrus Avery Plaza. This is said to be where East meets West. Route 66 comes right through here, used to go right over that bridge right there, the Cyrus Avery Bridge. Cyrus Avery was the reason why Route 66 came through Oklahoma, and so this has been named after him. And that bridge you used to be able to walk over, but now you can't. I really wish you could, because that's one of the original alignments of Route 66, would have been awesome to be able to walk it. You can see the interstate off there behind me, the newer alignment of Route 66 that I'm currently driving, right there. And yeah, pretty cool. Really neat park here. They actually have the flags of all 8 of the states of that Route 66 runs through. Really a neat little thing here with the motor coach and the horse-drawn carriage right here that meet at the same time. Again, it's said to be where East meets West. This is a really cool stop in Tulsa. The only problem really is parking. Parking for this place kind of sucks. You have to walk across that footbridge that I showed there. So you park on the other side of the road, and you either have to, take your life in your own hands to get across Route 66, or walk up and over, which means stairs and other ramps or whatever it takes to get you there. That kind of sucks. But so if you're handicapped like I am, yeah, I just admired it from a distance, to be honest with you. I didn't go down there. I have since gone and done that, with my wife. We went up to Tulsa last summer. She dropped me off, drove around while I spent some time there checking out the statues up a little bit closer and reading everything they had there. And it's a great little park if you can, but again, parking sucks, so be mindful of that. As you can see, you can't even really park on the street because you're right in the middle of a lane there. But it is really cool. I mean, the attention to detail on these things are absolutely fantastic. On the front end of that car is actually a smashed dead grasshopper, just like you would see if you were driving on a long road trip. Absolutely fantastic. So Cyrus Avery, the Memorial Bridge there over the original Route 66. Absolutely fantastic to get to see. And just up the way from there, just up in the top of that photo there, they have these really cool old signs, and you got to check them out too. But again, right here, parking sucks to be able to get anywhere near. So to get these, I actually just pulled over, took some quick pictures while people were coming around me honking all pissed off at me. But sometimes that's what you got to do while you're moving down Route 66, and that's exactly what I did. The next thing I really wanted to see was just up the road a ways past this really cool Goodwill sign here. That is the Route 66 Historical Village here. Yeah, this is a children's amusement center that has plenty of photo ops. It's also got a tourism center in there, so it's kind of cool. But one thing that really sets this place apart here is the history of it. This oil derrick right here stands 194 foot tall and is on the historic site of the first oil strike on June 25th, 1901 that made Tulsa the oil capital of the world. Yeah, who would have known? I had no clue the day I was there. I looked it up later and I was like, wow, check that out. That's pretty cool. But they also have that locomotive back there. So if you're into trains, definitely make a stop here because check that thing out. It just keeps going. Look at the size of that thing. That is just fantastic. I didn't have time to stop. Seems to be a recurring theme here. So up the road I went, checking out even more. I've heard good things about this restaurant, Ollie's. It was pretty busy when I came by. But, maybe next time, right? So continuing my journey, I love how they have those road signs painted on the actual road. Lets you know where you're at, even above the signs on the side. When you see it painted on the road, you know you're going the way you need to go. Check out that old Coke bottle. Absolutely love that thing. This brought me in to the town of Sapulpa. And Sapulpa is one of those that you probably realize, I know the name Sapulpa. Well, if you've seen the recent movie Twisters, yeah, Kate's character was from Sapulpa, so that's probably where you've heard it from. But Sapulpa's really neat. They've got a lot of things to see, several different wall murals. They actually have a gas station there now that I didn't see on my original trip, but I've gone to that's got a ton of Route 66 signs inside. It's a great stop, so if you're ever through Sapulpa, be looking for that. But yeah, check out that wall mural. It's got a little bit of everything on it. And tell me you're in Oklahoma without telling me you're in Oklahoma, right? Love it. Absolutely love Sapulpa. And just on the other side of town, you've got this, the world's largest gas pump. Yeah, it's part of an auto museum. I didn't go to it, but it's one of those stops that you just have to see. They even had an electric car charging station there, which seemed kind of strange to me, but I really enjoyed this next section of Route 66. I mean, first off, we got the Rock Creek Bridge here. Again, it's one of those that I really wish that we could go out on, but they had it closed. It was built in 1925, so it is darn near 100 years old. Well, by now, it is 100 years old, right? So that was really kind of cool to get to see. And they've got this really cool drive-in right here. Yeah, the TP drive-in. I love that sign. And look, the Turtles. They got the Ninja Turtles playing there. September 11th. That was the day I was through there. And then, you can at so many different times veer off and go down spurs or other segments, other alignments of Route 66, right? I tried to not do so many of them, but this one intrigued me. And I was reading about it, so I decided to do it. And as I pulled off, I'm like, am I even in the right spot? Well, according to my GPS, I was. And so I did see a few signs that told me I was going the right way. But let me show you this really cool segment here of Route 66. Now, it has been paved over in some of the spots, but there's quite a bit of this where you can see the old concrete, that Portland concrete with those curb rails, right? You've looked for the white down each of the sides. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. So let's check that out. Yeah, I love that so much. I don't know. There's just something exciting about going down original portions of Route 66 that just really excited me. Check that out. Part of the old Ozark Trail there. Yeah, that's fantastic. And then just up the way, there's another section here that this is even better. Look at that old Portland concrete. You can see it so much better. So let me show you this one. I can just totally get mesmerized in that old concrete like that. I freaking love it. Totally. Squirrel! Yeah, squirrel come running out in front of me. That made me laugh. Absolutely. But I love seeing these old things like this. Again, it's a lot of it's in decay, a lot of it's in ruin, but there's just something fascinating about it, especially when you know you're along Route 66. Great signage too. That led us into the town of Bristow, Oklahoma. Bristow was really neat. I mean, then again, tell me any little town along Route 66 that isn't neat, right? But I love this here. I actually had to circle back to get it. Love the buffalo there. Yeah, great little town here. They had a couple spots that, I don't know, just some of the all-time classics like this. What's up with that purple octopus? I have no idea. Would love to know. If you know, comment down below for me, would you? But on the way out of town here, they had some really cool old buildings that I really wish I knew more about. Check out the old ghost painting there. Love it. I don't know what it was, but I love it. And then they've got this here in Stroud. We're now on to Stroud, Oklahoma, where they have a miniature golf course, Route 66 themed. And then that brought me to the world famous Rock Cafe. Yeah, this place is absolutely fantastic. As it says here, it opened in 1936 by Don Welsh, who you might recognize as this character from Cars, right? Well, my wife and I went there for lunch about a month after my Route 66 trip. This is one of those places where I said, maybe I'll get back to there. Well, we did. We went for my birthday. That's why if you notice that sign in the outdoors, much sunnier because it was later. This is what I had for lunch that day, the catfish. Yeah, I go for catfish and, of course, fried green tomatoes all the time. My wife had a patty melt on rye. It's kind of a marble rye, I guess, but it was amazing. We absolutely love the food there. We haven't been back only because we just don't get through Stroud that often, but we will definitely go back the next time we're up that way. Yeah, loved the Rock Cafe. Such a great place. But leaving there, headed westward, there's a few more things to see, like this old Ozark Trails marker here. Yeah, pretty cool. Love the Coke mural. I'm a big fan of Coke. I've mentioned it many times. But Stroud is an amazing, amazing little town. I say that about a lot of them, but there's something spectacular about Stroud, Oklahoma. Every time I've been there, which has been a few now, every single time, it's just fantastic. I usually take my time when I'm in Stroud. Now, what I want to do is one of these times, and I'll have to do a whole different video on it, is I want to go there and go in and out of a lot of these places, really do an in-depth. Maybe go up there and stay a night or two, honestly, because I love the town that much. So after leaving Stroud, we drive through the town of Davenport. There wasn't much in Davenport, honestly. I did get a good picture of their sign here. There wasn't a whole lot else to see. And then we're into Chandler. And the first thing you notice is this big sign here, 66 Bowl. This place looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love all of these signs. These are real, original, old gas station signs they have in their parking lot. Yeah, just check them all out. Just holy cow. How about we drive around and take a closer look?
Yeah, this place just opened in 2021, and honestly, I hear so much about it. I don't live that far from it, and it is on my plans for the summer of 25 here. So I'm planning to go up there the end of June, I think it is. So I'll check it out even closer. And of course, I'll do a video and get that put up there as well. But look at all these signs. And when I found out that they are not replicas, they are originals, that just changed everything for me. That is absolutely fantastic. And check out that car up against the building. Yeah, that one right there. That is awesome. Absolutely love that. Man, I haven't been in this place, but I'm already in love with it. So I can't wait to go check it out this summer, because if it's anything on the inside like it is on the outside, this is going to be one of those places that I'm going to want to come to quite often. And again, I don't live that far from it. It's in Chandler, Oklahoma. I live in Oklahoma City, so it wouldn't be that bad of a drive. Yeah, you could tell by the amount of pictures that I took of the different gas station signs just how much I really love this place. So a couple more for dexterity here. Here's a old DX station. I used to have uncles that worked at DX stations back in the day. Yeah, this was great. And just across the street as we get back out on the route was this really cool looking Sonic drive-in sign. That was something else. And the Lincoln Motel. Yeah, maybe I'll stay there. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I've done a whole lot of Lincoln stuff lately. Maybe I'll go ahead and go there and stay there for the night. Chandler, Oklahoma also has this great interpretive center right here, but every time I've been up there, it's been closed. So hopefully I'll get to do that when I'm up there too. Just up the road a little ways from there is an old Phillips 66 station. Yeah, they have a marker there that reads, "This former Phillips 66 station was built in 1930 and operated as a gas station until 1992. So let's take a closer look at it.
Well, there it is. That's the 66-foot pop bottle at Pop Soda Ranch in Arcadia, Oklahoma. This is where I started my journey west. This is where it comes to completion as well, right here at Pop Soda Ranch. Wow, the entire Route 66. That's just awesome, absolutely awesome. Let's go in and grab something to drink.
Pops is another one of those places along Route 66 that hasn't been around for that long, but it is a big time tourist destination. You can't miss that 66-foot bottle out front, especially at night. It lights up. Though ironically, I live maybe 20 minutes or so from it. I've still not been out there to see it lit up at night, but the photos are spectacular, and the soda collections they've got. Let's look at some of these. What do we got up there? Maple syrup, ranch dressing, butter soda. There's a sweet corn. There's a bacon one. Yeah, I mean, it just blows my mind, some of the flavors that they have. And people actually buy and drink these things. On top of the sodas, they've got a bunch of different merchandise, not only for Pops, but the state of Oklahoma and Route 66. It's a great place to check out.
Well, there we go. Back at Pops, where it all started. I was just actually texting a friend that said that this was my starting line and my finish line. So I've actually done it. And to celebrate, grab me a root beer, Route 66 root beer. Same thing I believe I drank when I started the trip. So it's still really good. Could have been a little bit colder, but I also grabbed me a Pops pen to go on my hat. That'll be my end of the line one for this trip. And what a trip it's been. This has been a lot of fun. So glad that I got to do it. A big thank you to my wife for allowing me to do it. And I can't wait to get out and do it again. Hopefully next time it'll be with her and we'll do the entire route in one trip. But until then, I really look forward to getting these videos up and hitting the road again as soon as I can. So, but for now I'm tired. I want to get home to the pup-ups and the wife and just relax a little bit and just reflect upon the entirety of my Route 66 journey. So, hey, thanks for watching these. I really appreciate it. And until the next time, I'll see you out there on the road.